Hi guys, today we are going to be creating flowers in the style of French Impressionist painter Berthe Morisot. So what we're going to need to start is we're just going to need a pencil. To make sure our vase of flowers is the right size, what we're going to do is we're going to put our hand down on our paper and we're just going to make a circle that goes around our hand. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, you can leave the top open. Then I'm going to turn my paper around. This is now going to be the bottom of my vase. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line in the middle of my paper. When I get to my vase, I'm going to stop, pick up my pencil, and finish on the other side. Now my vase is sitting on a table. Now I'm ready to switch to black paint and a brush. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over my pencil lines. And just like Berthe Morisot, we are being like the Impressionists, and we do not want to make everything absolutely perfect. So it's okay if you can see some of the paper through your lines. That's what a real Impressionist would do. So once we have our vase and our table line traced, then we're going to paint our flowers. We're going to use circles to help us paint our flowers. So we can make big circles, and we'll put a little dot in the middle for the center of the flowers. We can do some big, we can do some little, we can do some medium-sized. So once we put 5 or 6 flowers in our vase, the last thing we need to do to complete our flowers is they need some leaves. So I can do kind of a teardrop shape. So it's round on the bottom, pointy on the top. Round on the bottom, pointy on the top. So I'm going to make some leaves. Okay? So now I've got a vase of flowers. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some brushstroke details at the bottom of my page. Just a couple of lines so that it looks like the wood on a table. Then we're going to let this dry a bit. Alright, to add color to our flowers, we're going to learn a new technique. This technique is called dry brush. So I'm not going to be using any water at all. So when I dip my brush, I just want to get the very tip. So I'm going to start with white and just get a little bit on my tip like that, and I'm going to start to paint. Now when I do that, I can see all of my different brush strokes, just like the Impressionists. The Impressionists were more interested in capturing the way something looked right then in the moment than getting everything just perfect. So they like to paint really quick. So that's what we're going to do. So one of the things you can see when I'm doing dry brush is that I get all these cool little brush stroke lines where I pull my paint across the paper. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's okay if some of my color paper shows through. That's why we picked a color, so it's not all white and we don't have to sit there and cover it up. Okay. Alright, I think I like that. So normally when I'd switch colors, I'd get my brush wet, but we're doing dry brush technique. So we want our brush to stay dry. So instead of me washing the white off, I'm going to come over here to my paper towel and I'm going to wipe my brush off until nothing else is coming out. Now I can choose any colors that I would like, and I can go ahead and dry brush the background. The last thing I'm going to do, still using my dry brush technique, I'm going to paint my vase and my flowers.